We would like to introduce our newly developed rzero holder that can adjust the runout of the cutting edge as closely as zero. TIR can be adjusted as low as 2 micrometers or less with the rzero holder by using a simple T-wrench. Through this zero runout, the performance of a cutting tool will be maximized. As a result, the consistent hole diameter, improved surface roughness, and longer tool life are achieved. Now let's see how to adjust the runout with the rzero holder. Install the rzero holder into a machine spindle or a tool presetting device and fasten it. A tool must be placed in the tool holder. Loosen the 4 screws in the black rotor ring with a hex wrench. Fix the tool holder body and check if the black ring rotates. Set the dial gauge or test indicator at the tip of the tool. Rotate the rzero holder to determine the area of maximum runout. Turn the black ring until one of the adjustment screws comes onto the maximum runout position. Then, tighten the screw slightly. Tighten the remaining 3 screws slightly so that they will not be loosened during operation. Turn the rzero holder and tighten the adjustment screw at the maximum runout position until the maximum value is decreased to half. Again, rotate the rzero holder to check the runout accuracy. If the reading is less than 2 micrometers, the adjustment procedure is finished. Further adjustment will make runout accuracy of the cutting edge virtually zero. Now let's see the cutting examples by the rzero holder with the runout accuracy less than 2 micrometers. The workpiece is SKD11 and the hardness is HRC45. First, a helical hole is made by a ball nose end mill with a radius of 3 millimeters. The rotational speed is 18,000 RPM. The feed rate, 1,800 millimeters per minute. The hole diameter is 8 millimeters and the depth of cut is 6 millimeters. Second, see the operation done by 1 millimeter solid carbide end mill. The rotational speed is 16,000 RPM, the feed rate is 320 millimeters per minute, and the depth of cut is 0.1 millimeters. Small diameter end mill is easy to cause chipping. However, stable rib machining is realized with zero runout. Next, drill by using a 0.5 millimeter micro drill. The runout of the cutting edge is adjusted to less than 2 micrometers. The rotational speed is 20,000 RPM, feed rate is 100 millimeters per minute, and depth of cut is 2 millimeters. Thanks to the excellent runout, stable machining and prolonged tool life is achieved. Lastly is the ultra micro drilling of 0.25 millimeters. The rotational speed is 20,000 RPM, feed rate is 50 millimeters per minute, and depth of cut is 1 millimeter. As you can see, this kind of tiny hole making can be performed safely thanks to the outstanding accuracy of the runout. Next, let's see the machining of the metal mold for a CD player by using the rzero holder. This is a rough contour milling done by a 10 millimeter square end mill. The cutting conditions are rotational speed 4,230 RPM, feed rate 1,800 millimeters per minute, cutting width 5 millimeters, and cutting depth 2 millimeters. In spite of these heavy cutting conditions, the rzero holder maintains the same rigidity as our conventional collet chucks do. This is semi-roughing by a ball nose end mill with a radius of 5 millimeters. The rotational speed is 10,000 RPM, the feed rate is 2,000 millimeters per minute, and the cutting width is 1 millimeter. This milling is completed by a ball nose end mill with a radius of 3 millimeters. The rotational speed is 20,000 RPM. The feed rate is 4,000 millimeters per minute. Cutting width 0.25 millimeters, and the cutting depth is 0.25 millimeters. Because of the excellent runout accuracy of 2 micrometers or less, stable cutting width and depth is possible. As a result, a smooth and high-precision surface will be achieved. This is completed by a ball nose end mill with a radius of 0.5 millimeters. The rotation speed is 20,000 RPM, the feed rate 2,000 millimeters per minute, and the cutting width along the surface is 0.02 millimeters. This is completed with contour milling by a 10 millimeter square end mill. The rotational speed is 10,000 RPM, feed rate is 3,000 millimeters per minute, and cutting width is 0.07 millimeters. As you have seen, the rzero holder can be used for a wide range of machining, from micro drilling to mold milling. With the zero runout of the cutting edge, ultra precision finishing, as well as the extended tool life becomes possible. We are quite sure that the rzero holder is an epoch-making product that will be indispensable for your high-quality machining job.